All right, so if you look up on the screen right now, you guys are seeing a video of a dope creator. His name is Low. He makes fire content, but pretty much his viewers got him to make an attempt at bending the iPhone 15 Pro Max. He has the titanium version just like me, and as you guys can see, he's putting all of his might, and it's not only just him. There are two other grown young men that make full power attempts at bending this device, and it does not break. Kind of made me scratch my head and think, you know, when that viral video clip hit the internet in the tech space, everyone just jumped to conclusions. And by me sharing that video, I'm not saying you can't. Oh, I gotta be careful because, you know, we got coyotes around this joint. But I'm serious. So let me be clear, by me sharing this video is not saying that this device is super indestructible or unbreakable or anything like that. I'm just giving food for thought for you to think, to not just jump to the full conclusion off of one video and one unit before assuming that just everything has the same or suffers from the same, you know, outcome. YouTube! Okay, there's one more thing I need to address that everyone's been talking about, and that's the overheating issue that I'm not having. Just to make it be clear, I have both of these devices and I'm not getting any overheating prompts on either one of these devices. I already told you guys when I initially set up the 15 Pro, it was already hot from the setup, and I put a hot phone on a MagSafe charger, which brings more heat, and it just paused charging at a certain point because the device got hot. That's the only instance I ever saw it. Never again. And I've been shooting ProRes log on both of these devices, as you guys have seen, and you guys, and as you guys will see when we get into the camera portion, the only thing I've gotten is a warm device. Okay, so into that topic. I can't speak on other people's experiences. I won't invalidate them or anything like that, but I will say that as a content creator, it's something that people are exaggerating and they're milking and they're getting the viewership. I can't hate the game, player, but I will say I don't like the narrative because all of the fake news and fear mongering for views eradicates what the true user experience is with these devices, and it's actually really good. And that's what I'm here to share, my user experience. That's exactly what you're about to hear about. No more cap, no more fake news. Let's get into it. So right off the bat, I'm gonna give you guys just a nice up close look at my devices. Yes, I've been wearing them without a case, Yes, I've been using my devices caseless over this week so you guys can see if there's any wear and tear. Now there is one area where I gotta show you guys, I gotta admit, this is the risk of going caseless. I do have a scratch on my panel at about right here. I'm gonna try to do like a up close shot, but outside of that, as far as my titanium goes, it's held up well, and I just dropped this phone today. Yes, I dropped it, and I'm still going no case. Whew. Oh, real quick, let me give my disclaimer. Do not do what I do. I'm doing me, you do you. Put a case, put a screen protector, whatever you gotta do to protect your investment if that's how you do. Are we clear? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of people coming from iPhone 10s, 11s, 12s, even 13s and some 14s that are enthusiastic and experiencing this device with joy. All right, first area of discussion, because this is all about user experience. In this video, I want to talk about the action button. If you guys haven't seen my previous videos, I'm going to show you what my action button can do, and then I'm going to show you how to get your action button to do what mine is doing. So, from a long hold of the action button, I get this menu. I can literally turn off my studio light with the press, and then I can turn it back on with another press. So that action button menu is absolutely convenient to my everyday life. As you guys can see, I'm going to show you guys my menu. I have access to my Blackmagic camera, super fire, great app, and it's free. I'm telling you, I'm front loading this video with a lot of info. As you guys can see, I got my speaker power on and off. That's 3 speakers that I'm turning on and off with the press of one button. My office standby, a bunch of little cool things that I'm able to do. If you have Apple HomeKit and HomeKit items, you are in for a treat. So, okay, let's get into the shortcuts menu really quick, you guys. I'm gonna show you guys how to do what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go to my Apple apps, and then right here, as you guys can see, we have shortcuts. Now, if you wanted to create a menu like I have, you would hit the plus button up here. You can name it too. That's what I highly recommend you. So I'm just gonna do menu 2. That's what we're gonna name it, right? And then when you go to add action, what you're gonna search for is menu. And then you can do choose from menu, right? And then right here, these are the menu options. This is where you would rename it to what you want it to be. So if I were to do studio light on, and then I make this one studio light off. Okay, so now that you have your menu options, now you need to put your actions there. So if I wanted to go to actions, see in my favorites, I have this, control home. But if you needed to search and you didn't have that in your favorites, what you're gonna search is, I'm just gonna type in home, right? And then I'm gonna scroll down. As you guys can see right here, I have the control home. Now what I did was I just hit the info and then I hit add to favorites. That's how I got it into my favorites. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab this, long hold, and you're gonna drag it. So this is studio light on, right? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap here and then I'm gonna find the accessory wherever it is within my home. So as you guys can see right here, studio light, I'm gonna hit next and on. And if you were doing it for off, you would tap that and put it to the off position. But since this is for on, I'm gonna hit done, and now that is there. So now under studio light off, I need to add an action. So I'm gonna go here in the actions, I'm gonna go to favorites because that's where I kept it, hold it, I'm gonna drag it under here, I'm gonna tap here. So you guys can see back in the menu, I'm gonna hit studio light, I'm gonna hit next, and then I'm gonna tap it to the off position, and I'm gonna hit done. And then that is your menu. So you can do all kinds of other things and trigger so many things, open whatever app. Now let's do one if you wanted to open up an app, right? Like Blackmagic Camera, one of my new favorite camera apps on the iPhone because I need my pro video features. So here it is right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the menu and then I'm gonna hit, let me see, app. And then right here you see open app. I'm gonna hold that, I'm gonna drag it right to there. Then I'm gonna tap here and the app is right there, Blackmagic Cam, and boom. So now, this is my menu, right? Slide over to settings. So under settings, if you go to action button and we're in the shortcut, right here, I could tap on there and then I could pick whatever shortcut I want. So if I were to pick menu 2, and then we come out of here and we long hold, this is the menu I just made. And it works. Studio light off, studio light on. And I still have the mute toggle. Actually, let me show you guys that one because that one's super fire. That way you still have access to your mute switch without needing to change your complete action from shortcut. And also, if you guys don't know, if you ever need to just go to an app that you recently closed or opened, most people don't know this, but you just swipe at the bottom. Like a lot of people are always talking about Android has the back button, well, Apple just has the back and forward button, or swipe, shall I say. So if I were to go into that menu 2, add another item, and then I'm gonna put mute switch. All right, so what I'm gonna search is silent mode. So right here, set silent mode. I'm gonna drag that, and then, hold on, player, see, swipe up, mute switch, boom. This turns silent mode on right now. This is something you gotta do. You gotta tap here on turn and switch it to toggle. So that way you can tap it to turn it on and tap it again to turn it off. See if I hit that, it's a toggle. Now my mute is turned off, and let's turn it back on because I keep my devices on silent at all times. And that right there is exactly how you get the shortcuts menu that I promised you guys that I would tell you and show you how to do. Boom, let's get straight into battery talk. Yes, I'm front loading this video. You will not have to wait. We will not drag it along. All right, so these devices are packing a powerful chip and powerful pro camera features, which you're probably gonna wanna play with. Listen, if you're gonna be shooting ProRes log video and having your camera app open for a while, you're gonna be pulling on battery because those are high intensive tasks. Even if you're video editing, photo editing, doing all of these high graphical tasks, high CPU intensive tasks, you're gonna be pulling on battery throughout those tasks, so understand that. But when I'm doing typical, normal, everyday, phone usage, just scanning the web, doing this, maybe watching a little video and whatnot, that battery life is ideal to what we know of the Pro Max. Similar to my 14 Pro Max, I won't say 13 Pro Max era, but again, we won't truly know until we see this battery life and iOS 17 mature fully. But as far as the Pro Max goes, this is Pro Max battery life. You have nothing to worry about. Now, some people early in the first week, oh, my battery's draining. Guess what? You in honeymoon phase, player. You sitting here playing with this phone nonstop. You doing all of the cool new features. You are draining the battery. Understand that proper perspective. Now, when we get into the 15 Pro, I'm gonna keep it a buck. As someone who's a Pro Max user, I can live with a Pro device, but I'm gonna be real, I will not choose to if I don't have to because I'm so used to Pro Max battery. If you're a Pro Max battery user, and you go to the Pro, just understand that comes with compromises. Now, there are ways to get around that, and there's ways to live with it. Get a MagSafe battery case. Keep a charger around. Car charger, just always keep your device with the proper amount of power sourcing no matter what you're doing. So if you go for those high-end tasks, I'm telling you guys, you shooting ProRes on here, you FaceTiming, video editing, record, I mean, what can you expect? It's a smaller device with a smaller battery. You're gonna pull on this bad boy. But if you're keeping it simple, calm, cool, and collected, and just doing, honestly, let me not say simple. If you're just keeping it normal, normal to medium high, not high usage, then you'll be just fine with this battery life. But again, as someone who is a Pro Max user, I gotta have my Pro Max battery. And that's just the way that it is. But I appreciate the 15 Pro, and I love the size and form factor. Let's talk about it, because this goes into the user experience. I'm gonna tell you this, although I'm a Pro Max battery user, when it comes to everyday usage and palmability and just usability, lightweight, everyday carry, this is the best out of the two by far. Man, oh man, like when I'm around the crib and I'm just chilling and I go run off and I might have this one on the charger or something because I've just been going crazy with whatever, or I just want to, get around the crib and just get on some Twitter and whatnot, you know what I mean? I just want to chill and scroll the web and be low key in the cut and reply and maybe handle y'all comments and things like that. Casual, chilling. This is the device I like to just have in my hand, doing my thing. Obviously, if I'm out in the wild, if I'm doing all the big boy handling, this is the device by far. This is my main device, if I'm being honest. And Real has my main SIM card. This is my device. This is more of the business. This is the side chick. Yeah, the side chick. It's the 15 Pro, and I appreciate it in that right. You get me? And for those who don't get it, listen, this is my main device. This is the one that I'm rolling with and rocking with the most. And this is the one on the side. And let's just say some of you guys are here, you haven't watched any of my previous videos. If we want to talk about the screens and these OLED panels, the beautiful same OLED panels from the previous models, and these are great. These are color accurate. They're not in need of anything else, if I'm being honest. The dynamic island, being the dynamic island as it was, I find it useful. I appreciate the dynamic island. I appreciate the design. But one thing that we have to mention with this year's model is the bezel reduction. We must show appreciation. Thank you for that. Another thing to think about with these for everyday use is the weight reduction. It's 19 grams of a weight reduction on both of these devices, and it is welcome. I appreciate it. I enjoy it. Again, I said it in my last video. A lot of you guys are gonna take, wallets. This is my wallet that I'm rocking with on my 15 Pro Max. So this is like my setup right here. So you add a wallet on there, you add in weight. But the fact that it's 19 grams lighter or whatever, I don't know how much these wallets weigh, but you get what I'm saying. It's not as heavy, and I appreciate that. And I can feel it. Even though like on paper, number-wise, it's not like massive, I feel it. I don't know if it's a new weight distribution or what, but man, listen, I take that wallet off, I handle this bad boy, she's light enough. But in the same right, let me be real, this is a Pro Max device, it's a big boy still, and she is hefty. Now, the 15 Pro, she's not petite, she got a little weight on it too, but she's far more manageable from a weight perspective and just everyday use perspective. I appreciate this phone. This phone is so nice. I understand why people who have large phone fatigue are going here for this experience for a year. Sometimes you gotta take a year off. You might take 2. You might not ever return, but you have the option. And that's the beauty of having options. All right, another topic that we gotta talk about is the topic to talk about when you're talking about these 15 Pros and Pro Maxes. It's the cameras. And to do that, you guys know what I do. I take you outside and I use it. But this time we doing them even more of a real world situation because we getting outside. All right, so for this test of video, I'm gonna actually do some real world video usage. I'm using the ProRes log and I'm gonna create with it really quick for the video segment. So I'll be using a combination of the front facing and rear facing camera lenses. I'm gonna show you guys what this thing can actually do. So right now I'm zooming in the Golf R. I got a package that came that I gotta go pick up. Actually, I think this might be a part of the package bundle that I picked up yesterday, but it might have been the one that came later because I actually just sent the email saying, hey, I didn't get so-and-so. I didn't get this thing that I requested. And it's probably the thing right now at the box. So I'm gonna take you guys along with me because this thing is phenomenal. And log has been super impressive. And you know, man, listen. If you can get past all the noise and the buzz and the cap and the fake news, you can see how fire this device actually is. So I'm gonna catch up with y'all. All right, I just opened the sunroof so you guys can hear some of these turbo noises. Give me a second. Package secure. All right, got my package, man. So I think this might be what I was missing because it's literally one thing and it's small. And I think I jumped the gun on the email, so my bad. All right, now for a quick moment of truth. I only got like 8 minutes left on this SD card, so let me see if this is what I thought it was. Oh, it is. Oh, my bad. I sent the email. Oh, man, player. Yo, so this is a MagSafe wallet alternative. You guys stay in tune for the accessory video. I'm gonna hook you guys up with alternatives because we don't have leather goods from Apple, so we need alternatives, right? Let's get on the road. Apple Watch Ultra 2. Ooh, hold up, player. Cold air intake video coming up for you guys soon. And I still need to do my review on the Golf R. I've had it for a solid, man, we pushing 2 years now. This by far, especially after some of the things that I've done to the Golf R, you know what I mean? A little tune. More on that video coming soon. I went and slid to Mexico just to give you guys a little slight pull. Give me a second. Oh, man. Oh, I forgot the key. Now see, the Mark 6 GTI, this is my day one when we talk about VW vehicles, man. And you never forget your day ones. I remember one time I made a video, it was crazy though, because, you know, someone tried to, yo, you turning the keys, who does not have push to start in whatever it was, 2020 or whatever. It's like, dang, player. Like, dang, you don't know what me and this GTI done been through. This is Bay right here. This is old faithful, old reliable, and she ain't even a slack like that. You feel me? She don't got leather. She don't got all the bells and whistles, but she got enough. Come on, man. Yeah, no push to start, player. But she running, and she probably got less miles than your push to start. That's another reason why she's old faithful and will never go away. All right, so as you guys can tell, these cameras are more than capable of putting out high quality, color accurate, fire, dynamic range, all of the goods. Man, I can't go on and on because I only got like 3, maybe even 2 minutes left with this ProRes log. Hefty files. Now, I do have the 512 variant, but right now I'm going straight to SD card, so that way I just go in there, dump the SD card, but the SD card is only like a, what, 64 gig? So that just kind of gives you a little bit of idea as to what kind of space you need. And I understand why Apple took away the 128 on the Max version. Not saying that, hey, they couldn't have had one, but it would have kind of been pointless, especially for those who look to take advantage of this. Yeah. All right, and it wouldn't be me showing you what these cameras can actually do without me whipping out an ND filter. I'm shooting Apple log, but here's the kicker. I'm shooting ProRes 444. Highest resolution, highest capture that you can get. It's gonna extremely tax your hard drive space and storage space without a doubt. But thanks to the Blackmagic camera app, I can shoot like this. And this is that professional snob-ish that all of us camera nerds that use real cameras are gonna appreciate within the 15 Pro Max. So if you got any of that within you, or if you're aspiring to get into any of that, or if you're one of those people who are looking to use their phone specifically for content creation, I think I just proved the point. So as you saw, these cameras are amazing. ProRes log built in to both of these devices, allowing you to shoot high quality, flat, high dynamic range video and grade it later in a professional setting is everything. It's really putting the Pro in the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. One thing I want to note, if you got the 15 Pro and the 128 gigabyte, or if you're looking at the 128 gigabyte and you want to shoot Apple ProRes log in 4K, listen, you might want to go 256, because if you got a 128 gigabyte model, you're going to be capped at HD ProRes log shooting internally. Now, if you want to unlock 4K, you got to go externally with an external SSD, or let me show you what I use. This USB-C to SD card. That way I can just take an SD card and put it into the computer. But something like this is what you're gonna need to enable 4K Apple ProRes log shooting on this device, unless you go for the 256 gigabyte model. So that's just something I want to throw out there, which actually leads to the reason why Apple made the 15 Pro Max only available in 256 gigabyte storage as the base starting storage, which I got a 512 because I knew I would be using Apple ProRes log. And let me tell you this, when I look at my device, hold on, I'm gonna just show you. And I go into video and I have ProRes log on, and I see that right there. As you guys can see, I got 46 minutes available. And that's with me having ProRes log shots already on here. So if I get rid of those mega gigabyte files, then I can have a lot more time of shooting. But 46 minutes internal, that's a lot to move and groove with, and that's something to consider. So I'm letting you guys know, if you are looking to order these devices and you're looking to use those specific features in video and you want to shoot, pro raw photos and take up a lot of storage, you might want to consider going 256 and above. All right. Those were like the key things I wanted to speak about. I mean, we got the A17 Pro chip in these bad boys, and it is a bad chip. It's a bad mamma jamma. It's a lot of power, and it might be stirring the pot a little bit right now, but it's a powerful chip. It's so powerful that it's literally a few numbers away from hitting M1 chip status. And that's a crazy chip that revolutionized the computing world. So just keep that in mind. But they're trying to put it in these smaller bodies, so, it's an evolution process. Now, let's talk about the most important topic that we could ever talk about when it comes to these devices, and that's what this review is completely about, and that's user experience. Everything I'm talking about is my user experience and what you can expect when you buy one of these devices and you use it. Number one is built well. I know some people are arguing against that. I'm telling you, from my perspective, from what I've experienced, me using it, it's built well. Premium display that gives you very premium results. So watching content, creating content on this display, and just doing whatever you want to do with it is always going to look bright, crisp, and in high resolution with high clarity. Another thing that's involved with these devices is just your overall user experience with, battery. I told you guys, in my 15 Pro Max, I'm seeing the battery that I expect out of a Pro Max device. Could it be better, and will it probably get better over time with the optimization and Apple sending out updates? What I've seen, even with where it is now, is satisfiable to me. Again, I'm in that honeymoon phase. I'm doing all kind of stuff. I'm grinding. I'm making ProRes log video, little mini vlogs for y'all. You think I'm not taxing the battery right now? Me using iOS 17 with the 15, Pro and Pro Max experience with the action button, being able to trigger those things that make my lifestyle and my life even more convenient is everything. And that's what it's all about. Like, we are buying the hardware that are in these devices, but the hardware in the smartphone era is like there. So what else is there to improve upon, or what else is there to give you? It's the software experience. So everything in general, when we're buying these tech smartphone experiences, it's really a software experience. The iOS 17 experience. On other platforms, the One UI, the Pixel Launcher, those are the experiences, because that's what you interact with when you're using this device. The hardware is the plus. Okay, I snap photos, I snap video. That's when I'm using hardware on here. I'm hitting a video game, or I'm doing some video editing, or I'm taxing on, you know, the CPU and GPU. That's when I'm using hardware in here. And it's the combination of that with the software. And I think in the software, you know, iOS 17 being just released, you know, apps needing to optimize for iOS 17, there's been a few little hiccups and bumps in the road, but as those apps get on board and as Apple irons out their iOS 17, the experience just gets better and better. This is how it goes every year. iOS 16 came out, few hiccups and bumps in the road, but the people who thugged it out and rolled it out got to experience a very nice user experience on their device. And that's something you learn with time, you learn with patience. Patience with some other content creators could use. But again, who's trying to be patient when you hustling for views? Bars. I'm always just here to give you guys a calm, cool, collective, even keel perspective. I love tech. I enjoy this stuff. I get enthusiastic about it. If you can't tell, I'm happy and I'm appreciative to see where tech has come and where it's going. And yes, of course, I'm pushing for us to get the best user experience. I'm gonna give my little, you know, minimal critiques and petty cons just to hope that, hey, maybe they might listen. Like I said, I want a native pro video camera app. And speaking of that, I told you guys I was gonna tell you about an app. Let me tell you about it. The app that I'm talking about is the Blackmagic camera app. Let me use my shortcut to open it really quick. All right, we in the media right there. That's from when I shot earlier. But this app right here, okay, so as you guys can see, I'm shooting Apple log. I'm shooting 24 millimeters at 24 frames per second with a 180-degree shutter. Listen, you only get 180-degree rule on cinema cameras. I'm getting cinema camera features in an app, and this app is free. So if you know what I'm talking about, if you know what this app is, and even if you don't, I can make a video and teach you guys. If you want to know about this app, hit the comment section down below. I'll teach you guys how to use the Blackmagic camera app and get even better results out of your devices. Because, man, I'm going to tell you. And another thing I want to show you guys to help you take even more advantage of getting pro video, especially for my people who want to exclusively shoot on a smartphone. ND filters, especially with this pro camera app and these pro camera settings, is going to be your friend. And this is by far one of the most convenient ND filter systems as it works with the MagSafe. Now, I'm going to be transparent. This is the 14 Pro Max's system, but I've been using it on the 15 Pro Max. Is not perfect because it doesn't have a perfect seal, because I think the camera bump is slightly a bit bigger, but it's been working. So I've been getting along using this. Now, I got another company that I reached out to. I don't know if they're going to come through, but they have one specifically for the 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max. So if I get that ND system, I'll show you guys that. But I'll link the one that I just showed you down in the comment section below and in the description. So, my collective, my experience, and I'm not just going to talk from the perspective of someone who's a creator, although these are pro devices. Some of you guys are creating, even if it's just for your TikTok, you know what I mean? Your TikTok and hip hop and flips. Nah, let me cut it out. Come on, CJ, chill. Or you doing your IG reels and maybe even a YouTube channel. Listen, man, this is the creator's phone. I say it all the time. The iPhone is the creator's phone. No shade to your Android players. I'm sorry. Gotta keep it a buck. Even the GOAT Marquez said it. You feel me? Now y'all can relax. So sometimes y'all be like, oh, so and so. Anyways, listen, y'all funny in the internet space. I gotta pick at y'all, man, because y'all be, listen, the YouTube police, y'all gotta relax, bro. Because y'all be tripping. Oh, you said this wrong. Oh, it's this, that. Man, go start your channel, okay? All right, I'm going on a tangent. I'm sorry, y'all. The user experience on the 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max gets my stamp of approval. These are fire devices. Now, with what's going on lately, that probably wasn't the best descriptive adjective. And again, do not get caught up in the exaggeration, the fake news, the sensational content. I need you guys to rally together. Comment your experience. I've been having people on my previous videos. You go check them out. Go look in the comment section. So many people are commenting if they are having heating problems or if they aren't. And what I will say is the people who aren't are far outweighing the people who are. Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. Ooh. You technology snobs, I done just about had it with all of y'all. Listen, duck.
new watch, no diamonds, new watch, good timing, yeah. New watch, no diamonds, new watch, good timing, yeah. Need no middleman, I'm the man to man, send it in. I like what I like, me, I know my rights is sipping in. I like having fun, I do what I want, it's what it is. For my son and son, for my daughters, yeah, it's for my twin. I work through the night.